Esteemed guests, distinguished colleagues, it's my great pleasure to welcome you to this summit organized by the Banks Association of Turkey. We are here today to discuss the role of payment systems within our financial architecture. Payment systems are more than technical infrastructures. They are foundational pillars of financial stability. Whether facilitating large value transactions or enabling small businesses to receive payments, reliability is essential. Any disruption, even if for a few minutes, can trigger financial losses, undermine public trust, and in severe cases, lead to systemic crises. That being said, the area of payments used to be a boring topic for central banks. They have not been at the forefront of discussion for the most part of the past decades. They only attracted attention when something went wrong. Much like the circulatory system in the human body, payment systems operate quietly in the background, moving value just as blood vessels carry oxygen and nutrients. When they function seamlessly, they go unnoticed. But when they fail, the entire economy can go into crisis. But not anymore. Today, that quiet background has shifted to center stage. Payments have become one of the most vibrant and rapidly evolving areas in finance, driven by the rise of fast payment systems, fintech innovations, CBDCs, and so on. Turkey is a leading example of this transformation. Our ecosystem brings together banks, fintech companies, payment and electronic money institutions, infrastructure providers, and regulators. This multi-stakeholder structure supports innovation and competition, ensuring that this industry functions efficiently and serves all stakeholders. As a result, end-user experience has changed dramatically from the growth of e-commerce to widespread adoption of contactless cards, QR codes, NFC, and digital wallets. Ladies and gentlemen, as impressive as these innovations are, they introduce new risks and vulnerabilities. I would now like to focus on the resilience of payment systems during stress events and the importance of ensuring their continuity. So, what happens when these systems fail? The effects are immediate and far-reaching. In retail, a failure in POS terminals or switching systems can halt everyday transactions. In e-commerce, payment failures lead to revenue losses and erosion of trust. For individuals, a failure can block access to funds. For central banks and financial institutions, failures can obstruct interbank settlements and core monetary operations. In wholesale markets, timely settlement of transactions is critical. Any failure can cause liquidity shortage, particularly for small businesses. Allow me to illustrate with a few examples. Earlier this year, the ECB encountered a disruption in its Target 2 platforms, which collectively handle over 3 trillion euros in daily transactions. A hardware failure triggered an outage, and due to an initial misdiagnosis, it took nearly 10 hours to resolve the issue. Critical payments were delayed, including salaries and welfare payments in Greece and pensions in Austria. Backlogs lasted well into the next day, reflecting the fragility of these systems. An independent external audit was later commissioned to restore confidence and strengthen resilience. In another incident in 2024, the Bank of England experienced a disruption in its high-value payment system following a scheduled update. This system processes over £650 billion daily. Its unavailability for several hours delayed interbank settlements and affected flow of funds across the UK financial system. The knock-on effect extended to financial market operations, causing intraday volatility. Although services were restored the same day, the incident prompted immediate policy reviews and raised concerns about update protocols. These incidents reveal that today's sophisticated payment systems are not immune to operational risks. They underscore the importance of preparedness, redundancy, and real-time oversight. But how do we achieve resilience? Well, resilience builds on three key pillars: technological infrastructure, effective governance and preparedness, and immediate recovery mechanisms. Let me elaborate on these dimensions using our own experience at the CBRT. In June of 2011, when our infrastructure was outsourced, we experienced a major outage lasting an entire business day. Over 600,000 payments, amounting to 182 billion liras, at that time worth more than $100 billion, were queued. It took 3 days to clear this backlog. A postmortem revealed that a software update intended to fix an earlier issue introduced a bug that compromised the integrity of the database. This incident resulted in widespread and prolonged disruptions across multiple system layers. We managed full recovery only after 3 days, working closely with the software provider. That disruption highlighted the dangers of external dependencies. As a result, we began a comprehensive insourcing initiative, building in-house infrastructure capabilities and emergency handling protocols, which remain foundational today. These examples underscore the economic and reputational costs of downtime. They also reveal that payment systems are not just financial utilities, but systemic pillars where even short outages can propagate into broad-based disruptions. We take these risks seriously, not just for our own systems, but also for the systems operated by the entities we oversee. Accordingly, we enforce clear technical and operational standards through rigorous supervision. Dear participants, operational resilience cannot be achieved through strong infrastructure or policies alone. It also requires practical readiness and scenario planning. Our business continuity plans address a wide range of scenarios, from cyber attacks to natural disasters. They include alternative workflows, such as offline methods that enable operations, such as repo auctions, FX and money market transactions, and public payments. As a part of business continuity plans, we maintain detailed information systems continuity plans that evaluate the criticality of each system component and establish tailored recovery procedures. These plans are tested regularly and supported by geographically dispersed data centers and secondary operational sites. Equally importantly, we strengthen institutional resilience through human resource planning, cross-training staff, designating backups for critical roles, and avoiding single points of failure. If a bank experiences an idiosyncratic problem accessing our payment systems, we can process transactions on its behalf. In case we, as the central bank, encounter a major disruption, we have the ability to resume operations within 1 hour in most cases. On the regulatory side, we require the relevant institutions and system operators to maintain current and tested business continuity, cybersecurity, and risk management frameworks. Through audits and regular reports, we ensure they can identify vulnerabilities, respond to incidents, and recover quickly. Let me emphasize one final point. Resilience is not static. It must evolve with new technologies and threats. Cybersecurity in particular remains a priority. We monitor security breaches, penetration test results, and incident reports to ensure the payment ecosystem remains secure and trustworthy. At the same time, emerging technologies pose new challenges and opportunities. Quantum computing is one of them. Despite its potentially outstanding computational power, its capability to break current encryptions may disrupt existing payment systems, making it essential for central banks and all parties to stay adaptive and vigilant. Dear participants, we must ensure that payment systems remain reliable, not just in normal times, but also under stress and during crises. Let us continue to work together, public and private sectors alike, to strengthen our payment infrastructure, foster innovation, and ensure a future that is secure, efficient, inclusive, and resilient. Thank you for your attention.